I'm Brant Hill. I'm the owner of SinglePoint Design Build. We are a residential construction firm based in Marin. We've been around for, I think, going on 12 years now. I think I've been with the Contractors Coach for almost 3 years now.
Mhm.
Uh, our systems have allowed me to actually move out of state. I live in Hawaii while the company still exists in California.
Yeah, and you mentioned Hawaii as one more thing in the list, but I want to spend a little bit more time there because this is a really significant thing. Even the idea of stepping back a little, right, is nerve-wracking at the beginning. And here you are. I mean, you came to our meetings at first with that vision, right? It wasn't clear on how and when and what is it going to look like, but you were very clear that you wanted to move to Hawaii for the lifestyle that you wanted to have. And here you are with a very decent sized business in California, and you're doing something that most business owners don't think they can do, right? That stepping back enough that you're not even in the same location and everything's running smoothly. So talk a little bit more about having done that. What does that feel like, and what did it take? What were some of those key things that it took to get there?
Yeah, yeah, like you said, I've always wanted to move here. My wife is from Hawaii, and we have a lot of family here, and so it was always in our conversations about doing it when our kids were out of school. And it slowly but surely became a reality. Thanks to you guys and making the goal a real thing. You have to kind of decide to commit to it and then start putting the parameters in place. So, you know, hiring the right people is the biggest thing. Obviously, when I tell people I live in Hawaii and run a construction company in California, they always say you must have great people. And I always confirm that, and it's definitely the case. You got to have people that are qualified to fulfill those roles that you are going to be absent from, and it comes down to supervision and management of the field operation. Through building the business, I realized that my time is better spent in the office doing estimating and sales and CEO type tasks. And once I realized that that was the case, then it made the idea of not being in the same location a lot easier to understand. So, one of our business models is to hire supervision type folks that have more experience than I do. So, I mean, I hire guys that have retired from their own company and got bored out of retirement and said, oh, I just want to run a project and not have to deal with estimating or sales or HR or any of that. I just want to build. So that was a big step. And once you do that, you can start to kind of ease your mind, I think, as not having to be at a job site every day. And then, the last part of it is just, being able to live in this stressful environment of construction, as a business owner, especially the sole owner of a company that's, dealing with high-end clients that have high-end taste and expectations of us. It's stressful, and I used to do it all, and it was very hard and crazy on my personal life. So being able to be 3 hour time difference in Hawaii, and basically my day ends at 2:30 in the afternoon, I can go do what I want to do in the afternoon, and it helps the mindset for the next day. So
Now you weren't new to business systems, especially construction systems when we met, because from your background, you were exposed to a lot of systems and procedures. So I know it's different when it's your own business, but what did the coaching bring to the table for you, given your background, that has helped you?
Going back to just like the beginning of the coaching, where we really broke down all the processes, and talking through what we're doing now and what we could be doing, and also seeing, how big companies run and operate. It's funny because when I used to work for a large commercial construction company, um, hundreds of employees, departments of, accountants and, lawyers and you name it. And I never thought I would really, get to that point, but funny enough, like going through the process, now I realize that, putting people in place that do what they do best, is really helpful. It's funny because I find myself running my company so similar to the large company that I worked for before, just at a much smaller scale. So these systems that you use through coaching, back that up, I think, and they also, I think my background helped kind of decide which of these systems works well for us and which of them don't. And I think everybody has to do that internally. So trying to run the business on your own and do all of it, it's really hard to do it all on your own. But if you spend the time to set up the system, then you can, give that to somebody else and let them run with it, and that it's on track.
What would you say, to other owners of construction businesses that are considering coaching? What would you tell them now that you've gone through this process?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's very worth the time and the money. You know, I I'm the type of guy that needs somebody to I need someone to bounce ideas off of, and Marissa, you've done that for us, and it's kind of cathartic in a sense. You take that time, whether it's once a week, once a month, whatever it is, to just kind of talk about what's going on instead of internalizing a lot of it. I think that's been one of the biggest benefits for us. So that you get somebody that has kind of a non-biased opinion, and I think that is like one of the biggest unsaid benefits to coaching.
Well, congratulations. You checked off that big thing in your vision board of moving and having a solid business. All of that's running well. So congrats.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's been fun and surprising and and definitely rewarding. So it's been awesome.
Well, excellent. Can't wait to see what's yet to come.
Awesome. Thank you.
Absolutely.